Hello, hello, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are gonna be talking a ton of new drugstore makeup in 2023. There's a lot to get through, so we are just gonna get right into it. And I have some that I probably won't get through today that will be in my next What's New at the Drugstore just because there is that much to get through. Okay, starting out with a brand new mineral sunscreen, a mineral tinted sunscreen from the drugstore. I am a mineral sunscreen connoisseur, if I do say so myself. I love a good mineral sunscreen. They are hard to find, but with my sensitive skin, I tend to prefer mineral sunscreens over chemical sunscreens. I also like to have a mineral sunscreen that has both titanium dioxide and zinc oxide and does not leave a white cast and doesn't pill under makeup. Lots of requirements for a good mineral sunscreen, which is why I've tried a lot at this point. So this retails for $19.99. So it seems steep when you see the price, but it still seems reasonable for the drugstore, especially given that this is a tinted mineral sunscreen. However, it's always very important to look at the amount of product that you're getting. This comes with 1.1 fluid ounce. If you look at e.l.f. MD, which is closer to the $39, $40 mark, so double the price, that comes with 2 ounces. So this is actually just as expensive as e.l.f. MD per ounce, which I think is important to say for people looking for dupes and alternatives to higher end sunscreens, that this, yes, may be an alternative, but you're not actually saving money in the long run. So thought I'd throw that out there. I got the shade medium. It comes in 4 different shades, which isn't great, but it's better than universal. I do like the fact that this has a range of options and it's not just a 1 shade tinted sunscreen. I think that definitely sets it apart. It has a very runny consistency. So it's kind of a mess in here already. You can see it comes out very fluid-like. This is the shade medium. So it sort of looks like it's gonna be too dark for me. And then I've got some eyeshadow here too, but when you rub it in, it shears out so much that I could have even gone a shade darker. I think there's like a tan or a medium dark and I would have been fine. So don't worry about the color that it is right when you squeeze it out of the tube, because it definitely shears out quite a bit. So I wore this for 3 or 4 days straight. So I've been testing this for quite a while. I was very excited about it. What I noticed is that my makeup does not wear well on top of this. Every day, like makeup that I know that I love, I wasn't testing new foundations on top of a new sunscreen. It was products I already know that work for me. They were really breaking up in places they don't typically break up. Like if my makeup's gonna break up, it's gonna be around my nose, around my mouth. And it was like around here as well as the usual areas. Definitely attribute that to the sunscreen. It has quite a glowy finish. It almost feels like a face oil. So if you're very, very oily, just be aware of the fact that this is quite a dewy product. So all in all, I think it's a good product. I think it's an innovative product. I'm glad to see a good quality mineral sunscreen with tint at the drugstore. Downsides, number 1, the price point per ounce. Number 2, the fact that it doesn't wear well under makeup. And number 3, that it's only SPF of 30. So I prefer SPF 50 plus, but I will definitely use the entire tube. It will not go to waste. I'll wear this to the gym just alone with some eyebrows. I'll wear this on days where I'm not going to be wearing any makeup because it works great on those days. Next up, we have another sunscreen. This is the new e.l.f. Skin Suntouchable Whoa Glow, another SPF 30. Don't love that, but it's better than nothing. This is infused with hydrating aloe, hyaluronic acid, squalene, and it's made to prime your skin for long-lasting makeup wear. So it's supposed to be not only a sunscreen, but also sort of a makeup primer. So you could skip primer with this. I'm not huge, like I said, on chemical sunscreens, so I wasn't as excited about this as I was about the Neutrogena. But I do think if chemical sunscreens don't bother you, they don't burn your eyes, you don't have any sort of skin irritation with them, this is a really good product. I know a lot of people have been comparing it to the Supergoop Glow Screen because that's a super viral popular product. I don't personally have that product. So I actually just ordered it and I'm gonna be doing a showdown with the 2 of them in a dupes video to see just how similar they actually are. But just this as a standalone product, not as a dupe to Supergoop, it's an excellent product. Rubs in really nicely. It actually doesn't feel quite as dewy as the mineral sunscreen does, which you'd think, given that it's such a glowy product, it would feel very heavy and dewy on the skin, but I found that it feels very lightweight. It dries down, so you wanna wait several minutes, like 5-7 minutes for this to completely dry down before you go in with your makeup, and by then it's really dried down to a nice texture where whatever foundation you wear on top of it is not going to be affected so much by the texture. All right, next up we have some base products. All right, first up is a product that I tested off camera over the course of several days. I had to do this for some of these because there was just so many products that I wouldn't be able to try them all live on camera. So for some of these I have been using them for a while and I can give you wear time and all that information. And the first is the NYX Bare With Me Blur Foundation. This is meant to be a blurring tint foundation. I have mine in the shade Soft Beige. All right, this retails for $14 for 1 ounce. Seems to be a medium coverage blurring foundation formulated with skin loving ingredients such as glycerin, matcha, and niacinamide. So again, I wore this for a couple of days and it goes on really nicely. It's a very lightweight texture. I would say the way that I applied it, at least, it went on more of like a light coverage product, but it's buildable. I like the packaging. It has a squeeze tube applicator. I find it to be a nice, clean, convenient packaging. I don't know why I love the packaging on this. It went on, like I said, nicely, light coverage, buildable. It looked a lot like you would expect like a BB cream or a tinted moisturizer. And I get a lot of requests for tinted moisturizers and BB creams for oily skin. And to this point, I've always recommended the CoverGirl Clean Fresh BB cream because it's matte. But I think this might be my new recommendation for people with oily skin looking for a light coverage everyday product, because that's exactly what this is. It lasted on me all day. It looked really natural on my skin, but there's a but. Anywhere I had dry patches on my face, it really highlighted those dry patches. So if you have dry skin, I would personally say steer clear of this because the drier parts of my face looked dry, like very, very dry. It definitely was not forgiving in that arena. But in summertime, I could definitely see myself reaching for this when my skin's a little bit less dry and I'm more concerned about the shininess than I am the dry patches. I think this one is skin type dependent. The next one is one that I just tried today because this was sent to me in PR and they sent it in this really cute, like locked box. And in the PR box that they sent, they had a little note and it had the password on how to get into the locked, cute little box that they sent it in. My husband, being the like, as soon as it hits the counter, it's thrown away person that he is, threw away the box and the little note and the trash came. And I went to go open this to test it this week and I could not get into it. So I had to contact Essence on Instagram and I was like, please help me. I've tried so many different codes and nothing's opening the box. Long story short, I was not able to get into it until I'm filming this video. So this is a first impression, and this is the Essence Keep Me Covered Long Lasting Foundation. All right, so this is new from Essence. It has a pump. It retails for $6.99, and it claims that the super soft formula will provide medium to high coverage, seamlessly melts into skin, giving your complexion a healthy look, 16-hour wear, comes in 15 shades, and formulated without oil, parabens, fragrance, alcohol, preservatives, and microplastic particles. I just went on Ulta's website to read that information and it has terrible reviews on Ulta's website, which is crazy because I was about to say how much I liked the way that it went on. I feel like my skin still looks like skin. It reminds me actually quite a bit of the Catrice True Skin foundation. I used the shade 130 medium. And I'm not self-tanned at all, so it's a little bit dark for me. I took it down my neck to blend it, but it's a little bit dark for me. But the way that this went on was beautiful. I used the Shop Miss A sponge to apply it, and I am very impressed by the coverage, very impressed by the finish, and the product overall looks great to me. So I'm gonna wait because sometimes, you know, it goes on beautifully, but then by hour 4 or 5, you're like, okay, I see why people don't like this. So I will definitely keep you guys posted on how this wears throughout the day and if my positive first impression is just when it's initially applied or if it remains through the end of the day. All right, next up is the sister product to that one, is the Essence Keep Me Covered Concealer. This has aloe vera in it. This one retails for $4.99. Don't we love Essence prices? Okay, so this is a lightweight, non-comedogenic formula, can be easily built for medium to high coverage. Aloe vera, again, formulated without all the stuff I said about the foundation. This is extremely thin in consistency. There's nothing like creamy about it, then it blended out really nicely. I would not call this a full coverage concealer. I went over the inner corner of my eye right there twice, and I can still see the blueness coming through. So I wouldn't say this is for people that have a ton to cover, but for like an everyday concealer, this went on really nicely. I applied it around my nose, under my eyes. So I will see again how this wears throughout the day, but another very positive first impression. All right, next up we have the new LA Girl for Play eyeshadow. The eyeshadow I have on right now. This is the color palette called Seduce. It's a beautiful neutral palette, and I feel like this is a great travel palette. That's kind of what I wanted to buy this for. You have transition, deepening, and then these shimmer shades. I used this color all through my crease. and then I used the lighter shimmer shade on my lid, and then I used the darker shade to create a little bit of a winged eyeliner look. These retail for $5.99, and I think that it's a really nice palette. These colors are really beautiful. Having said that, do I like this more than the e.l.f. Bite Size? That's like my benchmark. Do I like these more than the e.l.f. Bite Size palettes? The answer is no. I think if you like the packaging better, or if there's a palette that just kind of speaks to you in terms of the colors in the palette, go for it. But I don't think that these eyeshadows are necessarily any higher quality than the e.l.f. Bite Size palettes, and those are cheaper. Okay, next up we have two mascaras to talk about. Again, one that I just tried today and one that I've been testing over the course of several days. First up is the new LA Girl Lift Off Instant Lash Lifting Definition Mascara. This is openly a tubing mascara, which I was very excited about. I have the shade Super Black, and the wand on this is interesting. It's a very small wand down here, and then it kind of has a little bulb on the end. I found that the product really builds up down there, so I had to kind of rub off the excess so that it didn't apply too much product. This is a really thick formula, and it made my lashes look really nice. Sometimes with tubing mascaras, they can be really thin and hard to build, sort of weigh your lashes down. I found that to be the case with the new Milani tubing mascara, and this one was very voluminous. I loved how it went on after I kind of removed the excess product from the wand. I was determined to love this product. I was so excited for another affordable tubing mascara. I tried it 4 times, 4 days, each day thinking like, okay, maybe I did this wrong, or maybe I did that wrong, but no. It smudged up here and a little bit below my lash line every single day. It also didn't come off like a tubing mascara. It didn't come off in tubes. It comes off like black paint, kind of gives you those raccoon eyes. So I wanted to love it. I really, really tried, but I don't. All right, the next one is the new Essence Lash Like a Boss. This one is $4.99. I purchased this one off of Ulta's website. It says it has a curved fiber brush that delivers instant volume and length. Buildable, lightweight formula. So I found that this one was a little bit of a heavier formula. And now that it's completely dry, actually, I'm gonna try giving it a curl. That's the one I have on today. When I first was applying this, it went on really, really nicely. I feel like in one swipe, I had a ton of volume, especially at my roots. So definitely an A+ for volume. If that's like your primary concern with your lashes is volume, this one's a good one. But when it comes to curling and lengthening, which are my main things with mascara, I felt like this formula was kind of heavy, and my lashes slowly just went like, just curled them now that it's totally dry, and it looks a little bit better. Right off the bat, I don't feel like this is my new favorite mascara in the world. I'm gonna see again how it wears throughout the day, because a historic problem with me with Essence mascaras is that they give me raccoon eyes. That's why the Lash Princess mascaras have never worked for me. But this feels very dry. It almost feels like a tubing mascara with how dry my lashes feel. So I will definitely keep you guys posted on the wear time of this as well. First impressions, it's good, not great. All right, next up we have the Essence Pure Nude Baked Blush. I got mine in the shade Pink Flush. I was really excited about this because it reminds me a lot of the Pure Nude packaging. I think it's supposed to kind of go off of that, but be the blush version. So this has a little bit of a glitter in the topper. Hopefully that will go away. But the color is really, really pretty. It's what I have on right now. It went on nicely. It's a nice subtle color, but it didn't blow me away. And I don't know if it's just me, but when I compared the way that it feels next to the Essence Pure Nude, this is the highlighter, this is the blush, maybe you can even hear it. So this is the Essence highlighter. This is the Essence blush. I don't know if you can hear how like scratchy that sounds compared to this. This feels very smooth and buttery, and this feels kind of chalky. If I swatch them right next to each other, this one again has that like kind of glitter in it and doesn't swatch quite as evenly as the highlighter that just sort of melts into the skin. So I love the idea of creating a blush version of the highlighter, and I don't think it's a bad blush, but I don't think it lives up to the quality of the highlighter. Maybe it's just the shade that I got, but overall I'm not in love. And then the last two products I'm gonna talk about in this video are two new, very kind of similar products. First, you've got the Wet n Wild Rose Comforting Lip Color. I've got this in the shade Taffy Daddy. It feels like a very luxurious chapstick. This is the color right here. It's super pretty. Very wearable for every day. This one retails for $5.29. This has rosehip oil, vitamin E, passion fruit seed oil, and raspberry extract for intense shine and smoothing. So it has a pretty sheer tint to it, and then it's buildable. So you can make this just a wash of color, or you can make it look more like a lipstick. It's not a super melty formula, if that makes sense. It feels a little bit like firmer and waxier than the other product that I'm about to talk about. It smells like a rose, and I really, really like this product. I really like the price point. I think it's a great move for Wet n Wild to create one of these like juicy lip colors that have been going viral. All right, the next one that I found that I tried after that one, which I was so excited about, is this Flower Beauty Plump Up Gloss Stick. So I was really excited about this because it looks and feels, and when I say identical, I mean identical to the Tarte Juicy Lips, the Tarte Plumping Juicy Lips. Like, it feels like the same product. This is a very melty product, if that makes sense. I love this color so much. It's like a perfect everyday color. This one again has kind of a sheer wash of color, and then you can build it up. So I had already had a couple layers on. I just added another one so you can get an idea of this color. This is the shade Spicy, and I love it. However, I feel like this is directly, the packaging, everything, it's like, hi, I'm a dupe for the Tarte Juicy lipsticks. But what I feel like is a little bit sneaky, and maybe this is me being a little bit of a, what's the word, pessimist, or I don't know, seeing glass half empty type of view of this, but it kind of bothers me when something looks like it is meant to be a dupe for something else. And I went on the website and I'm like, oh, this is $11.99. The Tarte one is $24. It is quite literally half the price. And that looks great. You know, if you're looking at that at face value, well, wow, I can get the Tarte formula for half the price. Perfect. However, if you read the fine print, this comes with 0.05 ounces, whereas the Tarte one comes with almost 1 ounce. It's 0.95. So you are getting half the amount of product for half the price. I just feel like that's a little bit sneaky. I think it's a little bit sneaky. I don't love it. So as much as I truly do love this lip product and I do recommend it, if you are buying it because you want to try this lip product, do it. I would repurchase it because I love this color. But if you're buying it because you think it's a dupe for a high-end product, it's not really a dupe because it is the same price per ounce. And that is everything. I hope you guys found this video helpful. And I know with everything going on in the beauty community, with the less than honest mascara review that has been blowing up social media over this week, I hope you know that that doesn't reflect all creators and all beauty creators. A lot of us really pride ourselves on being extremely honest, and I'm one of those people. So it sucks when someone is dishonest, and it sort of takes away the credibility of us all. So I just want to tell you guys that I am here because you guys gave me a platform, and my priority is 100% of the time honesty and helping you make good buying decisions. As soon as my priority goes to brand loyalty or making the most money off of a post that I can, I am neglecting the people that got me here. So I have nothing negative to say about this creator. I think she's young. I think she made a mistake, and I think a lot of us make mistakes when we're that age at work, and so I don't have any ill will towards her, but I just want to make it very clear that here on my channel, we are honest. And if that means I get taken off of a PR list, I get taken off of a PR list. That's fine, because my loyalty is to you guys, not to the brands. So anyway, I feel like I just went on several soapboxes. I'm just in kind of a spicy mood today. So I'm going to end the video here, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.